Hello and welcome to your 14th tutorial on how to create an FPS game. So now, in the last tutorial I told you we'll be doing gun sway today. Now, so the gun will sway whenever we walk, so it will look a bit more realistic. But there's a problem with that right now because we don't have a script that handles the player movement. So what we're going to do to fix that problem is create one. So we're just going to dump the regular scripts that Unity gave us. So we're going to remove component, except for the character controller, we'll need that, if you remember what it does. And now we're going to create a new JavaScript, call it player move. Great, and then simply attach that to the player. Now once we have that, we can make the gun sways, because we need to know when we're walking, if we're running. So yeah. Now open that. Okay, great. So first we'll have to define some variables. Now when we start scripting, we need to think about everything we need. So first we'll need a speed variable, of course. Then we'll want to check if it's grounded. So private var grounded equals false. Let that auto typecast to boolean. Then another private variable move direction, and that will be a vector3. So we're gonna set it to vector3 dot 0, and that's like short for saying vector. That's short for typing vector3 0 0 0. This means this. It's exactly the same. So just get those two typed out. Now what we want to do is another 2. So we also want to have running. So we're going to do a trick with variables so we don't change the speed. So run speed equals speed times however much you want it to be. And then private variable velocity. Great, because we want to do the same trick as we did with the AI. So now first of all we want to check if it's grounded before we even set the variable. So if grounded, this will automatically check if it's true. We first of all want to set move direction to First of all, we want to set it to a vector3 because it's the type of vector3 that is that changes according to the keys we press. So in the first parameter, in the x, we're gonna put the horizontal axis. So get axis. Get axis horizontal. Now this is either the keys or the A or D keys or arrow keys. Now in the Y I want to put 0, and in the Z we want to put input dot get axis. Now we want forward and backward, so that's like vertical movement. So type vertical axis. Great. Once you got that, save. And remember to put it in a block because we're going to type a lot of code in here. Excuse me. Now we want to set it to a different thing. We want to run a function on that variable and set the variable to the variable after the function is ran on that. So we're going to make it into a transform direction. So to do that, we set it to transform direction, and in here we put move direction. You're probably a bit confused because move direction is this variable. You can't set this variable to itself. Well, you can, because the change only takes action after this has a value. After this is a recognized value, so after it runs the function, only then will it be set. So until this function is done, this will still be equal to vector3 input axis, everything we put here. So this equals this until it's done running the function, and only then is it equal to what we want. So that should give us a proper good result. And then we simply want to apply the speed. So I'm gonna say times equals, and this is like typing move direction equals move direction times. This is just short velocity. Great. Now I want to take care of jumping. So we also have like a custom button in Unity for that. So if input dot get button, and the space button is by default jump. Then we don't need bracket. All we want to do is set the y-axis. We want to add to the y-axis. So var move direction dot y equals speed. Now you could also make a new variable here called jump speed and set that to whatever you want. Put it here. I want the speed and the jump speed to be adjusted alike, so I'm just going to put that speed. And then in here, I want to take care of running. So input dot get button. I'm sorry, there is no default button for running, so we gotta get the left shift and the right shift. So we do that by getting a key. So get key. Now in here we put a key code. Now instead of key code numbers as in real JavaScript, we have like predefined key codes in Unity, which you know, you can from here, from the key code class, you can take any key code in the keyboard. We're gonna check left shift and right shift. So first, where is left shift? Alright, I'm just gonna start typing it. Left shift. There it is. Yeah, that's a bit confusing. And these two pipe signs mean or. So if this, or whatever comes after this. So we're gonna copy, paste that, and change that to right shift. So if either are pressed, we wanna set the velocity to run speed. So velocity equals run speed. Perfect. Else it just equals speed. Right, now save that. And now here we just want to apply gravity. So move direction. This is also going to go for the y. Minus equals move direction equals move direction minus, in other words. And we just want to get a good number, which is 20, which is the default number that is used for gravity. But if you want to play with that, you can also set a variable for gravity, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do 20. And then times that by time, not delta time, because this is like, this will drop you really fast before you can even see anything. So we want to times that by delta time, so it will smooth it down. And now here, after we have calculated all the movement, we want to apply the movement to the character. So first we reference the controller, var controller equals get component, if you remember, character controller, down here at the bottom. And now here we want to have collision flags, which are a complicated thing that I won't explain right now. And what they will do, what they will use us is to detect if the character is on the ground or not. So we're just gonna store our action in a variable, and this may a bit confuse you, but I'm not gonna explain it. You're gonna have to find it out by yourself, because I don't just wanna hand everything to you. So I'll type it out, and if you understand, wonderful. If not, then go learn about it, because I'm not gonna explain it. Var var flags equals controller dot move, and here we put move direction times time dot delta time, and then we simply want to set grounded to the collision flags. Now here we want to type flags and collision flags dot collided below. If that's equals to 0. And there we go. We have applied the calculations and checked for collision flags and made gravity run and jump. So yeah, let's test that out. First, let's wait for it to... Oh, it's done. Right? Now let's check this. Whoa, alright. I accidentally removed a very important component, which was the mouselook script. We still need that. Don't remove the mouselook script. Remember to set only on the X. Right, so now let's test that out. Ah, brilliant. Alright. So, yeah, why am I not moving? Excuse me, let me just check myself. Alright, excuse me for that. I found my mistakes. I misspelled vertical, forgot the R, and also while we're at it, I also forgot to add the ED. Yeah, you gotta check yourself for mistakes, especially me, since I'm really bad at spelling. So we'll test that out again, and we'll see we're moving, we're running, moving, running, and we also can jump, and jump forward, jump backward, running and jumping. We got everything we needed. So now, after this, in the next tutorial, I will teach you how to make gun sway. Alright? So, look forward to that. And sorry if that wasn't what you were expecting for this tutorial. We just had to get that out of the way before we could make it. So, see you next time.